Natalie Hopkins changed her name to Natalie Schmidt. I thought I had a job at 11 today. It turns out it's 11:30, so got a little bit of... I can hang out for 35, 40 minutes maybe. And then probably go drop heat somewhere. And then, where it is? There it is. And then, why is this thing not working? And then go do my job. I did better than 9K last month. I just was so damn busy I didn't have any time to make videos. And this month is actually better than last month so far. Thai. Honestly, I don't know. I think I've done one in the last month, maybe. That was a Walmart one. But that wasn't an XL, that was a Luxe. I've been busy, man. I've been really busy. Lot of stuff going on, man. Turo pickups. Just Turo, TaskRabbit. Just it's been hectic. It's been really hectic. So I've only the last play I made, I think, was, if I had the $10,000, I would have bought a long-term option, a long-term put on DoorDash, and I would have gotten paid. So I did like a 3-week put on DoorDash when they were around 150. I did a put for 135, and then they hit. What's up, Kev? And then that one didn't pay in the money, and then they hit 125 fucking 2 days later. So what have you asked about taxes? I mean, taxes are weird for me. It's like, gotta look at my earnings from last month, for example. It's a little over, I mean, not including cash, was like 96 something. So after miles deduction, we're talking 65 to 7,000 miles deducted because of Turo too. So let's just say 50 cents on that, 37 something. So essentially that brings it down to 6,000. So I gotta put away, I gotta pay 30% on 6,000. So, or not 30%, because I'm not gonna pay 30%, but even if I do, even if it is 30, I gotta put away 18 for that. That's why I want to expand my Turo fleet so I can make more money, claim more miles, you know. What's up, Mike? What's up, Frank? And I have an S Corp, so I don't know. Like, my girlfriend said that I can deduct my car payment because of my corporation. I don't know if that's true. If it is, awesome. And then, like, a lot of people went out and got those, shit, I'm not the king of rideshare. This is a GMC Acadia. It's a 21. It's a 21 with a, one of the reasons I got it is because they offered a full warranty, like 100% bumper to bumper warranty, for the life of the loan. So that kind of gave me a free pass to not fucking shoot for the moon and pay a bunch of money, like, and try to pay it off immediately. But also lets me, like, not have to worry about any kind of random shit. Well, if we do weekly, I was around 9,300 in the first 28 days of April last month. So whatever the fuck that averages out to per week. Jay, I don't know. I don't know if unemployment is affecting the amount of demand right now, because whenever I turn Lyft on, and keep in mind I only have access to Lyft, like, I'm making 30 to 40 bucks an hour just running filters. I'm running filters because I don't want to go anywhere near the south side right now. And like I keep my acceptance rate high, and if I get pink, because like what I'm doing is I'm noticing, sorry. So what I'm noticing in the Chicago market, because keep in mind that's the only place I'm aware of, is, from what I'm understanding, there's very, 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 very high Uber surge, right? So everyone who has access to both apps is running Uber, rightfully so. Then you have people like me that can only run Lyft. Uber deactivated me in November of 2019. So essentially what I'm understanding right now is Lyft passengers are looking at the apps and they're charging a shitload. Lyft economy rides are charging a shitload. And then there's a chance that, Mike, I highly doubt at this point, Cover did nothing, legal rideshare did nothing, every attorney I talked to didn't even know what to do. So anyway, like I was saying, hi. So like I said, so passengers are looking at the Lyft app and they order a Lyft economy, and it'll say 20 to 25 minute pickup. And I'm not saying that's every single time they order a ride. I'm just saying that's what I'm hearing from passengers. So what I've been getting a lot of lately is passengers will tell me that Lyft will have a prompt after so many minutes of cycling for drivers, if they even have any, that they'll be like, extra $1 for a Lux ride, extra $2 for an XL ride, and they'll just take the XL. So lately, I've been getting a lot of people taking XLs just to go to work. I'm getting one-person XLs with power zones from uptown to downtown. And those are paying 25 bucks for 15 minutes. You know? And like I said, since I'm not going to say I'm applying a strategy to maximize profits, I just, you know, what I'll do is I'll run filters while on streaks. Like if I wake up early enough and there's a streak bonus available at, let's say, 5 a.m., I will run economy from 5 a.m. till 6 to knock out that first streak bonus. If I'm in the city, that's when I flip on to premium rides like Lux and XL. And since my acceptance rate is over 90%, I can filter out the rides I don't want. Like, for example, there will be many, many, many times I'll be in Wrigleyville, right? And I will get a ride 25 minutes away or more. I've gotten rides over 33 minutes away, and they were like 79th and something, right? Way south. We're talking 33 minutes and like 18 miles. I did more than 9,000 last month. I don't look into PPP loans. I don't fucking know. I don't like what's this shit called? Yeah, I haven't made a video in a while. Anyway, like I'm saying, so my acceptance rate's 90%. So I'll get a ride when I'm up north, 25, 30, 35 minutes away in the south side. And that ride will say 17 minutes southeast. So I'll be taking further south. And the further south I go, the less likelihood I will have of getting a ride, you know, that's going to take me back north. I'll just end up deeper in the south side. I might end up in Indiana, and I don't want to do that. So, yeah. So that's why I essentially, if I get a south side ride on a Luxor XL and it's taking me north or to the airport, I'll take it. If I get a Lux Ping and it's taking me deeper south or east, I'm not taking it. Or what, even worse, west, I'm not taking it. So yeah. But that's the thing, my acceptance rate has taken a hit at times. Like I remember one Sunday I was at 97%, and then non-stop started getting pings from the south side. I was getting pings from back of the yards, you know, and they were like 3-4 minute rides and 25 minutes away. I'm like, no fucking way am I taking those rides. Why would I drive 25 minutes to do a 4-minute ride in a really crime-ridden part of the city? Yeah, no, you're stuck. Like that, and I told that for everyone. And this is something I've maintained since I started giving advice on rideshare. In the Chicago market, if you go too far south, you only end up going further south. If you go too far west, if you end up in Joliet, that's, yeah, good example. Yeah, Joliet. If you end up in Naperville, Joliet, guess where you're going? You're going further west. If you go too far north, if you end up by, fucking, what's one of those, Mundelein, you're only going for, you're going to get a bunch of rides up by the border. That's it. That's how it works. I like staying in zones where I know I can stay, right? And no, I mean, the south side, unfortunately, has become no man's land for rideshare. I mean, people aren't doing deliveries as much over there. I mean, is it really worth it at this point to do it? I know there's gonna be someone saying, "Oh, it's not that bad." I'm in a brand new fucking car, in one of the worst, in the most carjackings taking place in the city. I'm like, there's no way. And I mean, it's just as likely I get carjacked downtown too. But of course, I don't want to get carjacked. But you know, it's not a good idea to play with fire. All right, I missed a bunch of comments here. Mickey Frost, answer your question. I don't know. Someone asked about power zones. Honestly, there are some people that will tell you they know how to hack power zones. I don't. As far as I know, I had a theory on power zones a year and a half ago, before COVID, where my theory was the power zones that you see, like, if you see this is a bank. My theory on power zones, and this is completely my theory, not backed up by any evidence, is just from what I'm seeing, is power zones do not reflect demand or anything like that. I think power zones are historical data, right? Like this morning, May 5th? What's today's date? Someone help me out here. The 4th? Anyway, I personally think power zones are, Lyft has tabulated historical data of what demand was or is, you know, in that specific part of the city from the last 2, 3, 4 years, and that's how they set up these power zones. The thing that burst that bubble, that burst the idea, which I'm aware the idea is kind of dumb, but that's my idea, because I don't have any other way of explaining how power zones are generated or whatever. May the 4th be with the only thing that burst that bubble is when You know, you'll see a random power zone in the suburbs. You know, you'll be driving around 30 minutes north of O'Hare, and then you see a $12 power zone pop up. Very unlikely that a lot of people were looking for rides at 10:30 a.m. at that time, 30 minutes north of the airport. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, but I can't explain this thing. I did not, honestly. I've seen so many different things. I don't run black anymore. My Infinity is a dedicated Turo car. Michael Lovato, maybe if they actually showed up, because I've had days where I wouldn't see any power zones. I don't drive full time. I think last month I made about $2,000 on Lyft. I still have to do my taxes. I've been slacking on that. But, I mean, in a good way, I didn't really make that much money last year, so I won't have to pay that much. I wouldn't want you to rent my Infinity, man. It's charging too much. But I don't know. If you've looked on Turo, they're charging so much fucking money. Like, my girlfriend said she wanted to rent a Tesla for my birthday, and it was like $300 for 2 days at least. And I'm like, don't even do that. The only reason I would want to rent that Tesla was because the Tesla that was available is from one of the biggest Turo hosts in Chicago, and I'd love to just pick his brain for like 20 minutes, just talk to him for a little bit and be like, oh, what should I do here? What should I do here? What should, you know? But yeah. What time is it? Where's my other phone? But no, right now my bread and butter is TaskRabbit. And I'm trying to find a way to get some extra cars to add to my Turo fleet, but I don't know, man. I think I'm pretty fucking healthy. I mean, I'm overweight, obviously, but I mean, the amount of like manual labor I do and everything, I'm just one of those, like, here's the best way I can use to describe me. There's a movie, it was a boxing movie called Gladiator, and it takes place in Chicago. Not yet. TaskRabbit, last month I did 100 something hours for about 6,000 something. There's a scene in the movie where the promoter / gym owner is talking to the new rookie boxer, the new prodigy, whatever, contender. And he's like, you see these guys up here? And he had pictures of like old school boxers. He's like, these guys would go 100 rounds, you know, bare knuckle. And then the very next day, this motherfucker thinks I'm leaving. I ain't going nowhere. People can park with their lights on, dude. Anyway. So he's like, these guys, they won 100 rounds, bare knuckle, and then they go work 15 hours a day in the quarry. They were gladiators, right? Some of us, you know, the small percentage of capable adults are just able to handle more stress, handle more pressure, handle more what am I gonna say? Like, just workload, right? Those people exist. You know, and maybe back in the day, back in the good old days when you were working for 3 cents a day, you know, you had to. If you were gonna live any kind of life, you're gonna have to put in some crazy fucking work. So I don't know if it was just people were tougher back then or what, but like, Like, I haven't slowed down at all, considering the amount of work I'm putting in. And I'm coming to the point now where it's like, there's no way I can slow down, because this month, I mean, the last 3 days are already a good indicator of how the summer's going to be. Then I can't afford to slow down, because I would lose too much money by slowing down. Because there's going to be, this so far is the busiest month I've had since February. So, because I'm just getting, jobs are just flying in like crazy. You gotta start doing some moving jobs, bro. That's the category right now. That's the #1 category in TaskRabbit. Gotta do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, do some pull-ups, and get in the game. Oh shit, Dogecoin popped. Wow. I thought for sure that was gonna brick. You gotta show me your work map, dude. Because it's also how you set up your work map. Because I know you live south. So if you're just south, then yeah, you're probably not gonna get anything. Yeah. Me, I'm limiting. I hate food delivery. Hate food delivery. I don't have the patience for food delivery. And it's not worth it. If someone can show me that they're consistently making $50 an hour doing food delivery, I'll look at it. But no, like right now, check this out. This might come in reverse for you guys, but so this is TaskRabbit for this month. 1,021 divided by 16.25 hours. And that's not door to door, obviously. Well, actually, it's 1,041 because I got a $40 or $20 cash tip divided by 16.25. So that's not door to door. Obviously, I have to. There's time between jobs. There's going home, but that is my hourly average on TaskRabbit for the month of May. If anyone can show me that they're making $64 an hour on average on DoorDash, then I'll be like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I'm not even charging what I call cockroach rates on TaskRabbit, right? There are guys that are charging 120, 130, 150 bucks an hour. I'm not doing that because I want consistency. I want back-to-back jobs. I don't want just one job a day. And who even says you can get one job a day at 200 bucks an hour? You know, my whole thing is I want to be lined up the whole day at 50 bucks an hour, 55, whatever, and just line up a bunch of jobs. Like today, I've got 5 or 6 hours I get to invoice. Maybe less, maybe 5, but still 5 hours at 55, 60 bucks an hour over 30 days. We're talking 9,000 bucks on just TaskRabbit. Why would I literally, it doesn't make any sense for me to even pursue DoorDash. And here's the thing, DoorDash fucking pisses me off. Like, this is something that really angers me about DoorDashers on YouTube, is all the clickbait videos. Here's how you make all this money on DoorDash. Here's how you make all this money on Grubhub. Here's how you make all this money on Uber Eats. Is it really that complicated to sit there and turn down bad offers? How do you stretch a 15-minute video talking about how to make money on DoorDash when all you have to do is like sit there and wait for the highest paying offers? Is that really so fucking complicated? There are people that have millions of views talking about how to make money on DoorDash. I just Here's what I do. You sit there, you turn down the $3 trips, whatever, deliveries, and you wait for the $10 ones. What? I never thought of that. Oh my God, you're some kind of genius. Fuck that. I'm gonna start tipping more on DoorDash. I usually do like $5 on DoorDash whenever I order DoorDash. And I have little funny notes like, please don't steal half the food like the other DoorDasher did, or don't mind my crazy dogs, or some shit like that. But I'm staying, bro. Turn my fucking car off. People are. I'm not losing my sweet spot. Ugh. I'm staying. This is me. What? A guy can't park in the fucking city? God damn it. Oh, yeah. I remember that guy. And he made a video about it, right? Oh, dude. There are some dumb motherfuckers out there. You gotta admit, that takes balls. Imagine if you had like an ingrown hair or something, and that salsa gotten. Oh man. Now I'm already kind of fucking. Oh yeah, check this out. This is my tip for my last job. I got a fire pit. Look at that. Got a newish fire pit. So I'm taking that home. Rich people throw out things to get newer things. And sometimes they just like, oh, I love this thing. It's awesome. Yeah, rich people just like throw shit out sometimes. You know what the thing is with me? I like working. I enjoy working. That's why, like, even when I'm dead tired, like, I still have my lazy days. Like, if I don't, for example, if I have a day on TaskRabbit where I have nothing lined up, you know, if I have, like, Thursday, for example, this Thursday, got nothing lined up. If I wake up and do some lift in the morning, and I still don't get any offers, and I come home by like, and I come home by noon, and I don't get any job offers, then I'll just call it a day at noon, and I'll just relax. I'll just, you know, that's fine if I didn't have anything lined up. But like, I typically don't have that like, ugh, I can't believe I got to go to this job. You know, I might have the mentality if I end up working with someone I don't want to work with, but but most of the time, like, I'm very eager towards going to work. I enjoy working. I enjoy staying busy. I've always been like that. You know, in my old full-time job, except when I had my sales job, then I hated working. But I just like staying busy, and when I'm not staying busy, then I just I just fucking rest. I relax, like drink, relax. Yeah. Because you get a lot of, like, especially now with TaskRabbit, you get some genuinely funny moments. No, they're not. I hated my sales job. If they would have paid, that job should be paying me 6 figures for the amount of stress that they were throwing at me. Like, I had a job over the weekend where the job was literally moving a box spring, but the box spring was like 300 pounds. So it took 4 adults to do it. And then it was moving around and shifting. So one end was like not level where the heads were supposed to be. And then the husband was like, this was so funny. This is a huge house. It was a mansion. It literally looked like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house. It was one of the biggest houses I've ever been in. And so the husband's like, okay, maybe we could try leveling off, like with a book or something. And then he picks up these coasters. He's like, let's use these coasters. I don't think we've ever used these. And he turns around. He's like, wait a minute, $78? He's like, you paid $78 for these coasters? And he's giving shit to the wife, and she's like completely ignoring him. So all this is going on. He's like, no, stop ignoring me. You paid $78 for these coasters? And she's like, I didn't pay $78 for coasters, blah, 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 blah. He's like, but then why does it say 78? And he's fucking with her. So then my sense of humor kicks in, and I look at him, I was like, no, that's $78 per coaster. So he looks back at her, you spent $78 on each coaster? And then over the course of this thing, we were having trouble moving this thing around, so I suggested buying a new bed frame. And the wife was like, yeah, maybe we should buy a new bed frame. And then the husband looked at me and he was just like, no. He didn't say anything, but he just kind of like shook his head ever so slightly. And I'm like, okay, maybe not buy a new bed frame. But those are the moments that I fucking live for. Just having a good laugh. No, it wasn't the it was the box spring itself. Oh, dude, these guys had money. They had money. They had like a 5-car garage. They had one of those like driveways that like came into the garage and then kind of went around, and money was not an issue for them. Especially when they hired me at 50 something bucks an hour to just literally shift something over. Like, that was the easiest job I've had in a while. Oh, gassy. That gave me a 5-star, yeah. Gave me a 5-star tip, and the client messaged me through the app. It's like, oh, thank you. You were so wonderful. I'm like, no problem. That was no sweat off my back. But it's funny, yesterday, I brought my, yes, I did bring my shirt. So yesterday, I did a job with Spicy, and I literally had that ring of sweat down to here. And then I had a furniture assembly right after it. I had to run to Target to get another shirt. And buy deodorant, because I was just covered in sweat. And I had 2 more jobs after that. So I thought I wouldn't be bringing extra shirts to for the course of the day, but it's come to the point now where I gotta start bringing extra t-shirts because I'm sweating through everything. You have to pay for the background check, big guy. Honestly, if I could only do one app, TaskRabbit, man. Like, TaskRabbit is literally, and I'm not even saying this because, I mean, I'll tell you guys this, I'm probably not going to repeat this in a future video. I know for a fact TaskRabbit watches my videos, but I'm not even saying that because I know they're watching. It's just the fact that, like, TaskRabbit is literally how every app should work. You set your availability, you set your work area map, you set your own rates, you have the you have the ability to talk to clients and get details before the job starts. You can hash out expenses, all kinds of stuff like that. and it's all done through the app, and it runs really smoothly. Their support is really, really good. Like if every app operated like TaskRabbit did, if Uber operated like TaskRabbit did, if Lyft did, DoorDash, everything like that, then we would be, as gig workers, we would essentially be we'd have more people trying to jump into the gig economy. More people would be like, yeah, for sure, I'd rather be a gig worker than someone else's bitch. I'd rather be a gig worker than fucking work my $40,000 sales job that I hate. But I honestly do believe, like, if every other app followed the TaskRabbit model, we'd be set, but we have, like, for Uber and Lyft, they dictate everything to, they set the rules and we have to follow them. They set the rates, we have to follow them. And there is no whatever, we have no say, essentially. We have to take most rides. We don't get to choose where and when we work. We don't get to say, like, oh, I don't want to take rides in Wisconsin. But if you get a ride in Wisconsin, you got to do it. So we have essentially, if you're a ride driver, you have no say so. You got none. The only power you have is whether or not you're going to accept the trip. That's the only real power you have, is even, like, just whether you're going to accept the trip or not. Like, because once you accept the trip and you don't like where it's going, after you learn where it's going, and you say, I'm not going there, then you're talking about destination discrimination and you might get deactivated. So, one of the best ways to play the game of Uber and Lyft is just not to play. That's one of the best ways to win, is not to play. But yeah. And I think, like, TaskRabbit is also the best because TaskRabbit and Turo are very review heavy, right? Like, the higher your reviews, the more likely people are going to have confidence in you to hire you. So reviews matter on TaskRabbit, just like Turo. If you rack up too many reviews saying the host is incompetent or the car is filthy or doesn't take care of the cars, you're not going to get your car booked. So TaskRabbit, I like the fact that it's review heavy because it keeps you honest. It makes it kind of has to. It makes you have to do well at your job because that's what you're being paid for. So yeah, that's why I think TaskRabbit's the best. Because, like I mentioned in a previous video, an Uber driver, let's say there's two Uber drivers, and the guy with the 5-star rating, with the perfect 5-star, he's not getting better rides than the guy with a 4.89. They're getting the same rides. The guy with the 5-star might have more amenities in the car. He might have more charging cords. The car might smell better, so he might make more tip money. But in terms of overall payouts, the reviews doesn't change who is getting in the car. It's, if you provide a better experience, that's one thing, but the review does not affect your income, right? Like, just like on DoorDash, if you're a 4.9 against a 5.0 driver, you're still probably making the same money. Like, it doesn't fluctuate. There probably won't be a wild swing between you and the 5.0. So I didn't go anywhere. I've just been busy. But thank you. Happy to be back, even though I didn't take a sabbatical. I was so fucking busy I couldn't make a video. Don't put the new Bronco on there. Well, actually, go ahead, because I think they fucked up that Bronco really bad. The Bronco looks like a Sahara to me, right? Remember how the Jeep Sahara was all bubbly looking for a while? That's what the Bronco kind of looks like to me. The renders were so much better on the Broncos than the actual what they actually put out there. In terms of misused, okay, if you're a Turo host, you're gonna have to be okay with a couple things. If you're a brand new one, and this is my opinion, don't lose your shit. And I gotta leave soon, so I'm just gonna, yeah. Why did this car turn on? Dude, literally, the air conditioner turned on in this car when the car's turned off. What the fuck? That's odd. Okay. Anyway, if you're a Turo host, this is something you have to make peace with right away. People will leave minor scratches and dings on your car. I just noticed that. I've never sat in my car when it's turned off this long. You will have to deal with whether it's their fault or not. You're gonna be seeing little fine scratches on your bumpers, little fine scratches on the front bumpers, little dings, little dents. You have to make peace with that before you put your car on there. Whether it's a brand new car, a 5-year-old car, a 10-year-old car, that's just unfortunately what's going to happen. It's not just the person you're renting the car to. It's also there's 300 million Americans, who fucking are complete idiots. So that's something you have to make peace with right away. Another thing you have to make peace with, but there's a caveat to this, is people are going to smoke in your cars. Whether you tell them it's okay, even if you tell them absolutely do not smoke in my car. For example, there's 2 cars listed on my profile on Turo, my Infiniti and my girlfriend's Hyundai. We have dealt with, out of like 30-something bookings, I would say a third of them came back smelling like weed, like marijuana, right? The first time it happened, I smelled it. Like the first few times, I literally, here's the conversation I had with my girlfriend and everyone else who's wanted to pursue Turo. I said, I'm a relatively brand new host. Fuck him. Hope he goes to jail for life. I'm a relatively brand new host, right? Because clients you essentially don't get to see their review until you review them first. I'll read that comment in a second. So if you give them a 1-star and say they smoked weed in my car, they're going to turn right around and give you a 1-star, and they're going to write whatever bullshit comes to mind. They're going to say the car ran like shit, or but they have the potential to completely fuck up your rating, right? And fuck up your business. So literally, until the most recent incident I had with a marijuana smoker in my car, I just ate it. I just gave him a 5-star, and I'm like, here you go, right? I literally, for 7 or 8 people that have smoked weed in the car, and like I said, I smelled it, but it wasn't overwhelming. Ozium, windows open, whatever. Just deal with it, right? I gave them a 5-star, and I'm like, here you go. Knowing that if I didn't give them a 5-star, they'll just turn around and give me a bad review. For the most recent one, the car, this was 2 weeks ago. The car still smells like weed. And it was making the next client uncomfortable. So, like, that's the first not 5-star I've given. Was that one. But you have to understand, it's a game. Like I said, you kind of have to take it on. When you're a relatively new host, you're gonna have to take it on the chin. Because if you are 1-starring every client that smokes in your car right away, and then they turn around and give you a 1-star, your car gets buried on the list, and you have a bunch of negative reviews, and people aren't gonna run from you. That's just how it is. So there is, luckily on Turo, there's a way to comment on reviews, but at that point, it's your word against theirs. It's funny seeing, if you have the Turo app on your phone, It's funny seeing the pissing matches that clients and hosts have on the reviews, but yeah. So I don't know if I did a good job explaining that or not, but those are two things you have to make peace with when you start listing cars on Turo: the minor dings and dents and the marijuana. That's just like, my Infinity's booked on Thursday. I'm just like, please don't come back smelling like weed. I hate that smell. Ugh, so gross. How do people smoke that shit? All right. I gotta start making my way to my task. Yeah, but you would make some fucking money. All right, guys. Yeah, that's all I got for this one. I got oh shit. Thanks for the good news, Tony. All right, guys. I gotta bounce. I gotta make my way to my jizzob. So let's yeah, I'll make a video soon. Bye, guys.